No one is an island. Sundy recently learned this lesson as she developed our bingo game last month. She feels so grateful that she wants to shout. She wants to shout thank you to the entire club. Please welcome Sundy to the lectern so she can shout her gratitude.
Have you ever considered the phrase, thank you? It's a small phrase consisting of only 2 small words, and it seems really straightforward and simple. Even my adorable grandson has learned how to say thank you, and it melts my heart every single time he shows his little gratitude. But as I reflected upon these words this past month, I realized that thank you holds so much more meaning. Those 2 words express gratitude, love, humility, understanding, as well as acknowledgement. There's a reason behind my sudden interest in gratitude and saying thank you. I recently had a huge idea to play bingo with our club. I was ambitious, to say the least. The bingo card I had developed had 25 squares, was going to take 6 months to play, and the rules were complex. As I shared my colossal idea, not knowing how it would work or even to present it with the executive committee, Arlene embraced my enthusiasm, but she asked me to streamline the activity. She suggested that I create a team and to hash out all the details and put it together. Let me interject a small confession here in my story. Humility is not one of my strong suits. I desire humility. I want to develop humility. But for a moment, after hearing that it wasn't good enough, or at least that's what I heard, I got a little discouraged. Just to say the least, I kind of wanted to quit. But my mom's wise advice from my childhood came back to me and said, Sundy, be teachable. Teachable is a little bit like humility, right? Back to the bingo game. That night, I was deflated. And I came home wondering if or even how to proceed. Just before I went to bed, I checked my email, and there was a sweet email from Arlene telling me how excited she was over my awesome game. That little bit of encouragement gave me the courage to form my committee. I reached out that moment to Arlene and Megan and asked them to be a part of my team. To my relief, they said yes within 24 hours. I threw that whole 25 square bingo game at Megan and said, what do you think? And I didn't even know what to expect because I didn't know what questions to ask. Megan took an hour and a half out of her time to Zoom with me. I will admit that the whole hour and a half wasn't spent on bingo because Megan is really, really fun and I love talking to her. So we just like shot the breeze for a little bit too. And it was really a blast. When it came time to working on the bingo game, I had no clue where to start. Megan started with a question and she knew exactly what question needed answered. What's the point? I had no idea. I'd come up with this idea and I had no clue what the point was. Then she asked me, well, how can we make this what you want it to be? And we started just asking question after question. And she figured out that I needed to figure out the why of the bingo game. She had so much knowledge and expertise to share with me. I left our Zoom call feeling energized and excited. Megan has a tendency to inspire everyone around her. I revised the game based on Megan's recommendations, and then I sent the revised game to Arlene. Arlene was excited too. She made a few more word changes and suggested that I give prizes to everyone who wins, which I didn't even know was in the realm of possibility. The following month, I presented the bingo game to the executive committee members, and it was a unanimous go. I have loved playing bingo with y'all, and I am truly grateful for the fun feedback I've received from everyone. I'm grateful for Cynthia and her determination to be #1 in finishing the game. I'm grateful for Steve and all of his recommendations that came with one of the squares on the game. I'm grateful for Sherry, who quietly played the game behind the scenes and then said bingo really loud to me. And I'm grateful for Megan, who despite having struggles with her health, finished and won the game. G.B. Stern once said, "Silent gratitude isn't of much use to anyone." So I definitely want to shout out my thank you to Arlene and Megan. Arlene helped me to remember my mother's advice and be teachable and humbly ask for help, and still encouraged me and made me excited. Megan asked the right questions. She helped me streamline the activity to the why. Not only am I indebted to these two marvelous women, but I am glad to call them my friends and fellow bingo players. Thank you.